Come get the bacon cooked on the Griswold. Yeah. Yeah. There is only one cast iron pan when it comes to the Manti Homestead. The Griswold. No, you're not invited. Actually, if you like and subscribe, maybe you're invited. Oh yeah. Well, guess what? I was gonna make a video earlier today and it didn't happen. So here I am. What are we, 6 degrees outside. It's about bedtime. I'm a little bit of a night owl, but I'm gonna make the video now because I've got something that just keeps weighing on my mind. Obviously, I keep talking about things unraveling. You know, it's as if society itself is unraveling. We're about 400 degrees in our oven. I might have to pull out the infrared gun. I promise you, you would never see again. But it's not in the greenhouse. It's in the J.A. Roby Cuisinaire. So, you know, we've got things breaking down in labor and supply chain, and we've talked about it. You know, something that we haven't mentioned, though, at this point is everything going on with the chicken feed. I've read the stories, guys. I don't know what to take of it, because some people that have had chickens for a long time who know that in the winter, chickens go through molts and the egg production goes down with the cold weather, mainly from the lack of sunlight, so on and so forth. But some of these very experienced people with chickens, they have opinions that something's going on with feed. And I don't know where I sit with this, but my point is going to be something completely different. For me, with the labor shortages that we've had the last 2 years, have you noticed that the quality of everything is off? It's like the quality in your plumbing fittings. You know, they had glue issues because they weren't making the glues because of everything that happened down in Houston. The glues were substandard. We've had supply chain issues from overseas, and so people were scrambling to make products with different materials. Or they were scrambling to make products with unskilled labor or labor that weren't as skilled. And the result, we've just had all of these disruptions and breakdowns, not just in parts, but also in food. Food quality has just gone weird. I mean, you go to the supermarket and I've noticed it big time with bacon. Has anyone noticed that? I mean, I didn't think there was ever a bad piece of bacon. But, you know, we've gone several times to just Walmart and the same brand we always get. And sometimes it just doesn't have that bacon flavor, that really good salty flavor. And I've never had that before. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that there's just been like this quality issue all around? Well, you know, I felt that way with different recalls. So safety recalls with products, but especially with food. You know, it's kind of like some of those long-term food items that, you know, would get recalled. Hey, you know, this box of, or this can of chili has something wrong with it. And something that I've always thought with food storage, you know, if you go and you buy in bulk and you have it in your basement, usually after 1 or 2 weeks, if there's an issue with the food you just bought, you're going to hear about it. But you know, if you've been storing it for 6 months to a year, then if some crisis comes in chili in a year from now, but I've already stored a 2-year supply of chili, I'm not worried about it. That's how I see it with my feed. I mean, I know that I'm going to have to feed moo cow over there, and I know I'm going to have to feed chickens over there, and rabbits over there, and I know that it's going to be a long, cold winter. So bring everything into the storehouse. Get it there. So everyone's wondering if feed's bad. And you know what? I haven't worried about it at all, because I stocked up months ago. Everyone's worried about, is there enough eggs? I don't worry about it. In fact, we're freeze drying eggs, 96 of them at a time. Maybe should be selling them to pay for the greenhouse. Anyway, super warm in here. The girl said it was maybe a little too warm, but one of these days we'll do a video just on the cook stove. This one has performed really well for us. It's a beast. We about killed people, like taking it down into the basement, but it's here, we're safe, and we're really warm. Does that make sense? Well, anyway, that brings me to one other little redundancy that I'm doing today. I'm going to take you in the greenhouse late at night, and I am going to try out my backup heater. So 7 degrees outside, or 6 degrees outside, excuse me, and the greenhouse is still above 40. But you know what? I've really pushed it with my plants, like especially my banana and my passion fruit. And I'm just like 2 weeks away from where warm weather comes again. So you know what I'm going to do? I am actually going to go turn on the heater. I'm going to turn it up to 45 just because I can. Would it be this good? Not on the Griswold? Not a chance. It feels really good in here, not gonna lie. One of these nights, I'm gonna make a video with me and my boys, maybe me and my girls as well. Maybe the whole family is sleeping out in the greenhouse. I don't know, that'd be kind of fun. You know, when I was a scoutmaster, I'd usually every year, we'd have to take the scouts out to the Klondike, and it was the most miserable thing ever. Memorable, but miserable. And so I'm gonna sleep out in a greenhouse just to reward myself. I slept outside in the middle of winter in a 45-degree greenhouse. So, look at that. You know what we call that? Peace of mind. Okay, Jelly, go tell me how the bacon is. Would it have been this good if it was cooked on something other than the Griswold?
Probably.
Hey, give it back. Again, we're gonna do it just because we can. If I set this setting below number 1, about right there, that'll keep me at 45 degrees. So I'm gonna sleep tonight knowing that I'm not putting any more stress on Bertha the banana, or whatever we decide to call her. You know, you notice that as it's gotten kind of cold, it's gotten a little bit of that around the edges. I'm not really worried about it because our main leader leaf keeps growing. But I'm gonna baby the bananas because we can, and I wanna have bananas by the end of March. Okay, I'm turning all 3 of them on tonight. They take about 1/3 of a gallon of propane an hour when they're on. Now, just because I've turned them on doesn't mean they're going to be on all night. I'll bet you we will burn an hour to an hour and a half worth of propane. So we might be a gallon and a half. I don't know. It's hard for me to tell. One of these days I'm going to get a regulator because I want to see what I'm doing on a given night. But to me, it's worth it. It's peace of mind. You're like, well, Nate, if it's 1 or 2 gallons, you know, that's pretty expensive. Well, no, it's not. It's not every day of the winter. In fact, we got through the coldest part of the winter, but we have one day where we're going to get down to negative, at first it would say -8. So anywhere from -6 to -10 tonight. And I want to baby my bananas, so I'm going to do it. And, you know, I don't figure it's not like, well, God, that's really expensive. No, I can amortize the expense of that through a whole winter. So let's say on a average winter, I have to turn the heater on, or I choose to turn the heater on, you know, 5 nights out of the whole year. So maybe 5 to 10 gallons of propane in a year in one winter, but that's 1 year. That's not bad for peace of mind. Now this summer, we're gonna be working on a backup to this. Well, what happens when propane's gone? You know, if I'm only using, let's say 10 gallons a year, because I wanna baby some tropics, which shouldn't be growing in Utah anyway, well, maybe, you know, that's given me a several year supply of winter if I don't use it for anything else. But I still want to have a backup to this. And so someone has pointed me out to a rocket mass stove. And I'll tell you what, I'm getting kind of excited about that. So stay tuned. But for now, I'm gonna go by the fire and then go to bed. That kind of looks cool. I just want to show you what it looked like at night. But am I going to turn around and go turn the lights off? Probably not. Please like and subscribe. You're hungry, aren't you? Not me. Because I've got a Griswold. Don't tell anyone.
I strode over to me and
It's our secret.
Nick! How are you?
Well, I would have made this video a little longer, but for today, I am Dance Dad, and I couldn't be more proud. What I'm getting is if you have a preparation mindset, you can insulate yourself from some of this chaos and this garbage. And the peace of mind is worth it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to like and subscribe. And most of all, go Templars. State Drill Team, baby.